Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Once again, this episode is pre-recorded back in October. If there's a certain lack of statements about the current state of the union or the world, that is the reason. We'll probably hear for the next couple of weeks, actually. It will still be the before times of Election Day.
So let's laugh for a bit, okay?
When Mint Mobile says $15 a month with your new 3-month premium plan, they mean it. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, head to mintmobile.com/goodchildren.
That's mintmobile.com/goodchildren. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month when you go to mintmobile.com/goodchildren. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
Thank you to our sponsor this week, Rocket RX. You know, if you're someone who's ever experienced erectile dysfunction, I can't relate, but you're not alone. And you're not alone, and I'm going to tell you right now there's an easy fix to that, and it's Rocket RX. And for listeners, you can get 40% off your first order at rocketrx.com when you use code GOODCHILDREN. Go to rocketrx.com and enter code GOODCHILDREN at checkout to get 40% off your first order. Terms and conditions are going to apply. That's 40% off your first order at rocketrx.com when you use code GOODCHILDREN at checkout. The offer for 40% off is only available once for new customers and cannot be combined with any other offers. It's also not available for prescriptions, so keep that in mind. Check the link in our description for more, babe.
Is it time? Should I go?
I definitely make myself laugh all the time. I just think the way in which you presented the information of laughing was curious to me.
I said I'm just laughing.
You went, no, I'm just laughing. I didn't even ask. I didn't even ask.
Yeah, that's a problem. I get that. It was like kind of like when I do that, I'm fishing, because then it's like, oh yeah, what are you laughing at? And then I say nothing.
Well, I did say that.
And then I say
you
nothing.
Said nothing, just like about the podcast. I said, what about the podcast?
I said what I'm going to say at the podcast.
And what is it?
I actually have nothing. I will say, though, that I haven't had a sip of water. I actually know I've had probably...
It looks like it.
Yeah, no. You want to know how much caffeine is in my system right now with no water? Do you want to actually know that?
Yeah.
Well, when I take this one down, it's going to be 4 shots of espresso and pre-workout. And what is that?
And you already have the heart of a 60-year-old and the brain of an 80-year-old.
At least 80?
90?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost out. Otherwise, how are you feeling?
How am I feeling?
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good. Woke up.
End the discussion.
No, but listen, waking up has gotten very easy for me again.
Good.
Something has changed. Like, I'm no longer cursed to lay in bed until 11:30 a.m. Like,
okay.
Even if I'm up late. Because it used to be like, if I don't go to sleep by 11 p.m., I need 9 hours of sleep guaranteed.
Of course.
Guaranteed, or I will not get out of bed.
Yeah.
Just like J-Lo. And
Is that true for her?
Yeah, me and J-Lo both need 9 hours of sleep as a non-negotiable in order to get through the day. 9 hours.
You guys do carry yourself very similarly.
Because we're both Leos.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing J-Lo's a Leo, but like it'd be weird if she wasn't.
We're just gonna...
She could be a Virgo.
Or you just actually don't know when her birthday is?
Well, like,
but you just
how is she?
feel
Look
it?
at her and tell me she's not a Leo. She
Yeah.
looks like a Leo.
Yeah, you would
I want to say
also...
her birthday's like August 8th.
When you release music, it will be of the magnitude of that last film.
It'll be of the magnitude of On the Floor.
You're right. Would you get a Pitbull feature ever?
Do you remember the Spanish version?
Of course I do. The only 2 Spanish versions I know, J-Lo and Selena Gomez, my 2 queens. Would you ever have a Pitbull feature on one of your songs? Like, no
yeah,
shade.
wasn't I just rapping Pitbull like yesterday on the podcast or something? Wasn't I like? I feel like it was a few weeks ago when we were drinking, I was doing a full verse.
Sometimes it takes a few shots for you to start thinking about
Timber.
Pitbull.
I think I was rapping Timber.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
But good. I'm happy that you feel good. I'm happy you feel like you can wake up.
It's pretty amazing. Like, I don't know what changed. I really don't know what changed. Maybe it was the hydration. Let me tell you one thing that's horrible. Let me tell everyone.
Because it was going
well. Let me start off the day with one thing that's horrible.
Let's hear it.
My main issue is I scroll. You know why I'm waking up? I deleted TikTok off my phone. I'm using just the TikTok Studio app to upload. That's why I'm waking up, and that's why I'm having no problem. Because even when I'm... Yeah, I really do think it's that. Anyway, Anyway, first of all, I've been biting my tongue in several places, and don't say it's a cognitive issue because it's been freaking me out. I think I dislocated my jaw at this point.
Because you've been biting your tongue so much. Is it like
biting
a
it,
gushy
like someone's
stream
like
down there?
What?
Is it like bleeding a lot?
It's like every part of my mouth hurts. It's just like consistent. It's a consistent theme at this point. Cognitive issue.
Cognitive.
Please, Miss Cognitive herself. Miss Cognitive issue.
Welcome to the stage.
Cognitive issue. I have an addiction to scrolling. I think we all do, for better or not for better or for worse. For some more than others, but I think we all have been unfortunately cursed with the fact that like scrolling exists and like short form videos in vertical format exist, and we just are addicted to them. It's like collecting berries. I'm on a little website, a little unethical website run by Jeff Bezos. I'm on an app for a website run by Jeff Bezos recently.
You use the app?
Yeah, I always
better that way.
I don't shop on my phone ever, and if I do, I need to be on the app because I think it's crazy to use your phone to like do anything like that.
You know how many tabs I have open?
Yeah, because you don't use your laptop. You bought your laptop as a vanity project to have for this podcast, and you use it for 1 hour a week to look at your monitor, and even at that point it usually stops recording and you don't even notice.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. No, I can meet you with where you're at. I can meet you where you're at. And you're
I'm
right.
Just saying you're not. No,
I don't use
you're
my
very
laptop.
Gen Z in that way. Gen Z, like they don't use laptops. Teens don't. Well, they obviously use laptops, definitely more than you do, but they don't care about like using their phones for like a big purchase or something.
Yeah.
Like it's like a millennial thing to like need to use your phone to like buy a flight. Then you need to use your laptop to like buy a flight. You're buying flights on your phone. You don't give a fuck, and that's why you're flying to the wrong places at the wrong times.
I'm flying and wrong months. Yeah,
wrong months. Yeah,
wrong months. It sucks sometimes. I just wish I was more diligent. But okay, back to you.
So,
by the way, I have 140 tabs on my Safari.
So, I'm on the Amazon app. And I was looking for like Halloween costumes. This was several weeks ago in the context of where we're at right now, timeline wise. And I pressed the wrong tab. Amazon has TikTok. Amazon has a feed of vertical videos that people are posting.
What?
And it's like, decorate my fireplace for me for Christmas. And then it's like someone doing a cute little decorations, and then you can scroll the bottom and it's every item on Amazon that they use to decorate that tree, and you can just fucking select the items and buy them. It is the worst, most insidious app I've ever seen in my entire life, which is no surprise given the company. But I sat there for 2 hours. I scrolled Amazon TikTok for 2 hours and I kept buying shit. I said, oh, my shrimp need lollipops. Bought them. They're here today.
How big? What do you mean lollipops?
They're called shrimp lollies. It's like a stick that you put in your tank, and shrimp love them.
And they're like licking lollipops?
They're eating it.
I actually want to be taken care of like one of your shrimp.
I gotta say, I didn't expect shrimp to be my favorite pet. Out of they were just like an accessory to me in the tank, more so actually an employee because they're supposed to clean. But I love seeing those shrimp. They're kind of my favorite thing.
You got to reward them with like what they're doing for your ecosystem.
They're so cute. They're like little birds.
They're sweet.
They're little birds. Well, no.
Well,
I think about fish tanks, and then we just talk about the ocean really quickly, and then we'll let Andrew speak for the first time today.
No, it's fine. I think
to.
I'm actually loving this.
The way I see it, like a manatee. Okay. Obviously is a cow, right? Or like a hippo No, it's like a cow. It's like the cow of the ocean. And then fish are birds. Because
there's so many of them.
And like there's different, like you think about a bird and think about a fish.
Which fish is a pigeon, would you say?
Oh, shit.
Minnows?
I don't know if you know what a minnow really is.
No, what are the ones that I see all the time? They're like swimming. When you walk into like a bay,
yeah, those are pigeons.
Those are pigeons.
Yeah, minnow. You're probably right. Those are probably minnows. I would go ahead and define those as a minnow. That's the pigeon.
Yeah.
Tuna, Jessica Simpson said it best, chicken of the sea.
Yeah, you're right.
For sure. Like it just makes sense. And when you think about it this way, you guys, really quickly, because I'm now Neil deGrasse Tyson. You know how like the atmosphere on Earth has a limit? Like there's like an ozone layer, and then that like goes into like space.
Okay.
I want you to think about our ground as the sea floor, as the bottom of the ocean,
so
right?
Like deep.
Yeah, like ground level. Or yeah.
Or
no, well, yeah.
Depends where you're at. Okay, yeah. I get that.
Sure. And then I want you to think about the atmosphere, like the ozone layer, as our top of the ocean, as the seawater.
Got it.
The sea line.
Easy.
So think about the clouds that we see as the breaks in the waves, as the foam, sea foam. You know what I mean? And then when I want you to go, and you see those clouds moving, right? You see those clouds? No, like, hear me out.
No,
like,
I'm hearing you out. This actually is my worst nightmare, but I hear you. I'm hearing you out.
You know how, like, when you know how you can see clouds move, obviously, if you look at
Yeah.
them, sometimes they move faster than others because of, like, wind currents. What's the difference between a wind current and a current underwater? It's like, the difference is gas versus water.
For sure.
But the current of air creates a cloud in the same way that the current of, like, the ocean creates, like, those breaks in the ocean and those milky white parts of the ocean. So I see it as fish are birds, manatees are cows, shrimp are bugs, duh, and they are literally bugs. Like, that's just what a shrimp is. Like, shrimp are bugs. I would say, like, snails are snails. They cross over on both sides. What's a seahorse? What's a seahorse? And what's a horse that's in the sea? Can you think of anything realistically?
You asking me? I'm sorry. I'm simply just a guest this episode.
Birds are fish.
Birds are fish.
Bugs are shrimp. Manatees are cows.
Is this what like happens when you put on a real tree hat? Like, what's up? You were
I've
talking
been
about
thinking
like
about this since I was a child. These are thoughts I've been having since I was
again.
a
This
little girl.
is my worst nightmare conversation because
Why?
I can't think creatively.
But it's
like
not that
It's
abstract.
like when I get
I need you to think about it really realistically.
like when
for
you get a
second.
prompt and you're the bitch that's
Can we
saying,
once again talk about this? Ocean floor, ground floor, like the ground, like
okay,
right, top of the atmosphere, top of the ocean.
got it. I said that last time too. Got it.
Hot water and cold water mix together and create currents, right? And that
Easy.
moves the water
Same
around.
thing.
And hot air and cold air create wind, and that moves the air around above us. Same exact kind of thing happening here, right?
Yes.
And then we have forests. We have these densely
we're in the
planted
forest.
areas, and like rainforests, regular forests, any kind of forest. We
Love
have
it.
kelp forests. We have deeply planted areas underwater. Same exact thing. And so here's where I'm trying to get at, because I want to wrap this up. I want to say the intro to the podcast at some point.
You want to wrap up?
Here's what I want to say. If we are the people of the land, who are the people of the ocean?
The fish?
No, those are the birds. I was trying to like say like there's mermaids are real.
Oh, is that where you were getting at?
Mhm.
Again, that
I think
that whole thing felt like a truly a puzzle. Like I got the answer wrong. Really? Like after all of that, it was like
Well, it's just crazy because how many times did I say fish are birds?
A lot. I kept saying got it. Got it. Wow. Yeah, I guess I do believe that mermaids exist after that.
I just think
how
that,
would they
like,
not?
I think human beings maybe eradicated a few other species. Mermaids,
aliens
that they haven't come yet, and I can't wait. I can't wait. They're coming soon. There's
soon.
someone on TikTok that said they're coming this year.
You believe them?
Yeah, they were speaking to one of the gods of the aliens on TikTok Live.
Oh, the aliens have gods?
Well, like who was like I guess he was higher up.
Yeah, he was higher up in power.
Yeah.
Because if the atmosphere is here and the floor is
Because imagine
here,
that we're just the fish to the aliens. We're just the fish to the aliens.
you would think.
And the fish don't know about us. They have no idea what's happening. They're like, that's crazy. There's people up there. And like, that's us to the aliens. We're like, yeah, some of us claim to have seen something, but most of us don't make it up into space. Fish or birds.
Fisher birds. You would think that you do like hard drugs. I mean, it's like that was an
I'm
amazing
just thinking.
You're just thinking
This is just caffeine.
Your
and pure
thought
for
patterns
men.
are amazing, and you're pure for men.
I'm on pure for men. I'm on caffeine, and I'm on Gatorade.
I'd like to test those tablets.
They're not the microdose tablets because I had to stop taking those because they were kind of making me go crazy.
The microdose shrooms
I was
tablets.
taking them every day, and I was taking a few of them, and I was like having conversations, and I was like, why can I not even pay attention?
Oh, okay. So
was
you were
kinda-
hitting break, like a break?
Just like I wasn't like paying, like I wasn't able to like really focus on what someone was saying. I was like going too far off into my own world. And once I stopped taking them, I was back to normal. And this is my normal.
This is your normal. And you're not in your own world.
No.
No, I think that everything you said was really just genuinely amazing.
I'm sorry. I'm
I'll
sorry.
leave it
I'm sorry I took a risk. Sorry, make fun of the girl who took a risk, who went out there and shared their theories with the world.
No, because your theory, again, people take it to TikTok. People are gonna say there are mermaids, and
Oh no, though I take that to TikTok. I'm eviscerated in 15 seconds. People would attack me.
You think?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Then what's the point? Fish or birds?
Good children. I'm Joe Hegyes.
And I'm Andrew Muscarella.
And this is Good Children.
We've spent the past 24 years growing together.
And now it's time for us to grow up. Well, Andrew,
Wow.
so...
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Andrew, how are you?
I mean, I'm definitely doing well. I just like have to get back to Earth for a second. I need to be by
Which
birth.
Earth? Which Earth?
I can't do this.
And imagine what's below the ocean. Middle Earth.
We're not talking about the ocean for the rest of the episode.
It's hard for me not to bring it up.
It's like after you've been like mothering and fathering in a whole ecosystem of fish and animals, I understand that your brain just goes to them. Right now you're with them and they feel you there.
And they're right above us.
And they're right above us and they're right here with us. But I think that we're going to leave the water to the water and we're going to stay on land. We're going to stay put right now.
And that's not an adventurer's mindset, and that's a fearful person. A ship is safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are made for. To bring it back to the ocean for a second.
Well, fucking let's let the ship sink. I don't want to talk about where it's gonna go if it sank. Anyways, Joe, today what are we talking about?
Today we are prepping to go home for the holidays, you guys. It's almost Thanksgiving. It's almost time to see that amazing turkey that we all love.
That we've talked about so much.
To watch that beautiful parade and to see those creepy balloons brought down Fifth Avenue or whatever avenue they come down.
I can see you like genuinely.
As a balloon.
Not only as a balloon, but making the balloons.
Thank you for saying something like that to me. I don't agree.
Okay.
I wish, but that seems like a straight man sport. I'm going to be honest. Straight man or straight woman. Straight man, straight woman, obviously, or lesbian, or non-binary person. I don't think gay men are.
Okay, so you just said basically
everyone
a lot.
but gay men.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. I just feel like your brain
some gay
leads
men
to
could
that.
do it. It's just not for me, is what I'm realizing.
Okay, no, that's fine. Not everything has to be for you.
It's too technical.
Would you want to be in the parade?
Well, Christmas of a lifetime. Let's not forget.
Of course,
turning the corner is Joe Hegyes on his Give a Gift Foundation float, singing the song "Christmas of a Lifetime."
I mean, I think that how many years later? 20 almost at this point.
We're probably nearing. Well, I think let's pray to God I was like 8 and not like 15 doing that.
I
was operating on GarageBand, so it had to be.
You were probably around the age of that you didn't want to be 13 to 14.
14, but I got my first Mac at 14, so.
Oh, so you were probably 14, 15 when you made that.
Christmas time,
filled with laughter, smiles, and bright eyes.
Why do you know the words?
Because I feel like you would show it to me, and
year
I
after
would
year.
act.
Well, you are the one who speaks in it.
I know, but I remember every song that you've ever created because. To me, it's like you always had a supporter in me. I always saw your craft and said, "This is some top-notch shit."
Well,
and like
it's hard to hear Christmas of a Lifetime and not think this is some top-notch shit.
Hard to be so delusional for so long. No, I'm sorry. It wouldn't have been delusional. I just want to clear the air, clear the atmosphere. Okay.
Well, don't get me started.
I know. It's the whole episode is going to come back to the atmosphere.
Because I have a lot to say.
I feel like every time you would show me some sort of project, some sort of song, like in my space, I would have to like buckle up as if I'm changing, as if I had to be like, I knew that you were going to rise to fame. Like you were the Hannah Montana.
Corrected as if though, because I corrected it like 6 months ago. And it didn't
I know. It didn't hit me then. No one corrected it.
It just now it's coming in.
It's just like sometimes it takes 6 weeks. That's my incubation period.
I'd say months ago.
Yeah,
and I said it in a very gentle, kind way. I was just like, I just want to let you know.
I know you wanted to let me know.
But I don't think you have to correct it.
I know. I think it's my thing.
It's one of your things.
It's one of my things, but I just feel like sometimes I want to show up. But
you're Shakespearean. Correct.
I know, and I kind of forge my own path.
Yeah.
I kind of write my own songs, and I kind of am my own poet.
And you choose your own destiny.
And I choose my own.
Spears.
Yeah, I choose my own destiny. Yeah, I think that like maybe in 6 years, then you have like a 6-year time frame. So when you're like 34, 35, you'll perform Christmas of a Lifetime at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I kind of
see it like really logically happening, and that's the delusion speaking. Because I'm kind of like, at this point, it's like a gag. Like, it's not like I won't be doing it fully, wholeheartedly, sincerely, but like it is like, let's just let him have this thing.
Yeah.
Just give him this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be in some Michael Bublé ass drag, some basic ass like overcoat with a scarf and some like leather gloves.
Yes. No shade to Banana Republic.
Absolutely no shade to Banana Republic.
But I feel like it's going to be an outfit sponsored by Banana Republic. For sure.
Sucks.
For sure.
And you're going to be on the stage as well. You're going to say, now turning the corner is Joe Hegyes and then giving a foundation float, singing the song Christmas of a Lifetime. You're going to be dressed, I would say, in like leather BDSM bondage Santa. Like nipple tassels on.
Okay. You think that's
fully tucked?
I can see myself probably in the 7-year time frame, the 6-year time frame, probably getting to that point
on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade float. Yeah.
But like, I think on the front, I think I have like little tassels and all that stuff, and like on the back, it's giving turkey.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like, I'm telling a story from the back. I'm saying, stuff me, but from the front, I'm saying,
I'm stuffed.
Exactly. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful.
So what's your favorite part about going home for the holidays?
I mean, besides the fact that I get to sleep in it, well, I mean, I have a comfortable bed here. Don't get me wrong. But I have space that I don't feel like I can stay in my room as long as I need. I feel like when I live with roommates, with you guys, I feel like I do need to be out and about. Is that something that I'm dealing with personally?
No, why?
I feel like you guys need to see me doing things.
I don't really think twice.
That sucks. That's something that I'm dealing with personally. No, but when I go home, I like, one, my room, the bed, the nautical theme. Takes me right back. Takes me right back to childhood, talk about ships in the harbor. Just step foot in my bedroom. And then the food. Not even Thanksgiving food. I could care less about the Thanksgiving
It's just what's
food.
in the fridge.
It's just what's in the fridge.
Because no one knows how to quite stock a fridge like suburban parents. Like,
especially suburban, Long Island, Italian mothers.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Like, I'll wake up, it'll be like, I'll come downstairs, it's 10 a.m., you know. I'm like, hey, my mom's like, do you want lunch? And then like the lunch option at 10 a.m. would be like, I could whip up a chicken parmesan hero for you really quickly. Like, we have the leftover chicken cutlets. I'll make a quick sauce. I have some mozzarella and some locatelli in the fridge. Like, Dad will get you a roll, and we'll make you a quick hero.
And it's like,
it's 10 in the morning.
Your poor father too, because then he's probably sitting on the couch and he's like,
no, but he's always very down to do something like that. He loves to like. I think my dad's one joy in life is to go for a drive and pick something up. Yeah. More than anything. That's why he drops us off in Brooklyn all the time. He loves to just drive for 3 hours.
And then take the traffic on the way home.
Yeah.
There is something about a mother that my mom, anytime especially for the holidays, the weekends, whatever, I go home and then my dad will be like, what are we eating for dinner? Let's go out for dinner. And then my mom's like, oh, we can go to dinner. Oh, you know what? I have some things.
Isn't that...
Let me just cook. And my dad's like,
no. Disrespect to... I think that your mother is an excellent
amazing
like
cook.
Michelin star. And still, like, that feeling with my mother as well, it's like the almost sometimes worst case scenario is when they say, no, I'll cook. Like, and it's like, why? Like, it's almost a better meal, almost guaranteed. However, even growing up, like, every time we'd like the idea of going out would be floated, and then it would end up being like, no, I'm gonna make pork chops at home.
And
it'd be like,
well, that is my worst case situation.
I know.
Pork chops. But then it gets to a point, where your mother's making the food. Now, this is completely away from Thanksgiving. But your mother is making the food. The food has been wrapped up. The food is on the table. Everyone's sitting around the table. My mom's cleaning the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, can you sit?
Yeah, no.
Can you sit and eat with us?
No, there will never be a moment.
Or do I have to feel sick?
Yes.
That you're not, that you just made me the meal.
There will never, ever be a moment of peace.
I'm taking one piece of pasta at a time so I'm not scarfing.
Yes.
And then she'll come and sit. So worst case situation is her cooking, but it's always amazing.
It's always amazing, but it is just like, please, God, let's go to the restaurant.
Yeah. You want me to whip you up a pasta fazool?
Exactly. It's always whipping up something that if I was doing it, it would take me a full Sunday.
Yes.
A full Sunday. And it's always
Correct.
just being whipped up in the early afternoon. I don't understand it, especially around Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Thanksgiving, during the day, I wake up. I used to be so happy.
Oh, no, let's talk about this, but please.
Because
Why?
I used to wake up on Thanksgiving and run a 5K.
No, we can barely walk a full straightaway for 15 minutes last night. You want to talk a 5K in the morning?
We were fatigued on that walk.
We also did the double turkey throwdown at Soul Cycle, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
The soul burn.
The turkey burn.
Yeah,
turkey buster or something.
It's like they can make up literally any single name, and
we used to do that. Yeah, I miss it.
Do we want to try to do something like this year? Yeah, we did.
Or did we do that just like around like maybe Christmas, or was it Thanksgiving?
No, it was Thanksgiving. I think it was post Thanksgiving though.
I would love to do it.
Even worse.
I would love to do it.
I would love to do that, but the thing is, with my family, we go to the diner on Thanksgiving.
What do you mean, in the morning? Okay, that's sweet.
Is it?
You get something light? You get like a little egg white omelet?
Yeah, I get a little something, like a little egg, and then I'll probably say like, I'll also take like a little bit of potatoes, a little bit of bacon, and then there's also definitely a little pancake, just like the littlest pancake you've ever seen.
Some sausage links.
For sure. Well, I mean, if I have a pancake, you know I have a sausage. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
And like I know not a lot of people are like that out there, but you know I need to wrap and stuff. It's Thanksgiving.
You like your sausage wrapped?
I like my sausage wrapped, and I don't like that sausage peeking through.
And it's always the peeking through that really confuses me when you use this circumcision terminology.
Yeah, I'm almost like I want your sausage to be suffocated. It's like, that's sad.
So it's Thanksgiving morning.
Yep.
You're at the diner.
Yeah.
I'm running a 5K. Happiest time of my life.
Yeah,
happiest time of my life. And I vividly remember, like, and I know I keep saying I want us to start getting into like the 2010, like mid to late 2010s of our lives, because I do think that's actually a really interesting time of like true like late teens, early 20s transformation, and in many senses.
Yeah.
But I remember like sophomore or junior year of college is when I figured out that my body was capable of movement for the first time.
Okay,
I was
so
pretty
like 16,
shocked.
17
No,
vibes?
of college.
Oh my God. So you're saying like
18, 19 was like when I was like, whoa,
my body can move.
I can jog. Like that kind of threw me for a loop.
Yeah.
And I think I may have said this before, and if I haven't, it's dark. But I'll never forget what inspired me to begin running for the first time was thinking, what would I do if I was in a mass shooting or a terror attack? And unfortunately, that was all the motivation I needed. That was all the motivation I needed to say, you know what, let me try to start running.
I almost hate to say you have to start somewhere, and you know there needs to be a catalyst, but if that was your catalyst to get you to go, did it stay with you though, or was that like a driving force continuing?
It stuck with me for like a little bit, and then I think it's like in like 2020 that wasn't the mentality for me. At that point it was just, how can I kill myself by running myself to the ground?
Yeah.
But
so there's two extremes. I'm getting two extremes here with
neither
like your running career.
Extremely good.
None of them's good. We should find a healthy relationship. I was really happy
at running in 2020 though. I was happy running the whole time. It just was like literally like what made me think about it. I was like, I probably should like figure out how to run, how to move my body.
Yeah.
But I remember running around Massapequa Thanksgiving morning, listening to my music, all the smells from all the houses, and watching people pull up to people's houses and give kisses hello. I was like, this is what Bing Crosby was writing songs about.
Exactly. Filled with laughter, smiles, and bright eyes.
I was like, who's saying that?
It was like, that was you. That was absolutely you.
Joe Hegyes,
but very similar. I feel like that, like you both are true examples of like
the Norman Rockwells of holiday music.
Exactly.
Yeah, painting a real picture.
Do you text people Happy Thanksgiving? Is that a thing?
I don't text my fucking relatives happy birthday. I'm not going to text someone happy Thanksgiving. And those texts actually piss me off. I'm sorry. And that's so rude because people are being nice.
People are being really, they're just saying, or I wouldn't even say happy Thanksgiving. It's more of like, thankful for you.
Sure.
What about the thankful for you
text? I find Thanksgiving to be rooted in like colonialism and murder and racism and all of that shit. So I don't necessarily gag for
thanks.
Like in the context of Thanksgiving,
I'm
kind of like, okay, we rebranded like something that was destroying like indigenous people.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily wake up on Thanksgiving morning and think, let me text Andrew and say I'm thankful for you.
But it kind of could be like, let's rebrand for a second. Let's rebrand the rebrand, and instead of saying happy Thanksgiving or I'm thankful for you on a holiday that it's supposed to be for, maybe you're just always thankful.
Yeah.
Maybe I wake up on a random Tuesday and I text you, thankful for you.
I would call the police. I would say we have a dangerous person. He's at risk to himself, and we need to find him immediately.
Yeah,
immediately.
Well, where do you think they would find me? Where do you think they'd find me?
Oddfellows ice cream shop.
Having the steak flavored, the rosemary sea salt.
I wish I tried that.
It was quite delicious.
Like steak.
It did taste like steak. She
was almost giving mashed potato.
It was giving mashed potato. So just to clue you in, last night we went to Oddfellows ice cream shop, and I tried the honey rosemary flavor. Delicious, and the employee was saying it tasted like steak. She was getting that from rosemary.
Of course, yeah.
And yeah, I actually think that if I was to put a scoop of that honey rosemary ice cream on a piece of steak, could sound disgusting to some.
To most.
To me, kind of like an anglaise, like an au jus. Like if you were to say at a steak restaurant, what do you want, the herbal butter? Do you want the bechamel? I would say no, I want the honey rosemary ice cream.
Ice cream scoop. I want it a la mode, please. I'll take my steak a la mode.
That's not a bad idea for our restaurant at Olive. Yeah. It's a filet mignon a la mode. Doesn't have to be the biggest scoop, just like a small butter scoop.
Yeah, I'm actually obsessed with that. I'm obsessed with the filet mignon a la mode. Write it down.
Whoa, and if you're listening to this, and if you're in charge of the meals at Thanksgiving dinner, maybe you say, let's get a few filet mignons.
And make it a la mode.
And
don't forget to credit Olive Restaurant Group.
Yeah.
And if you are a restaurateur, if you are someone interested in opening restaurants with two nobodies, and you think that we could bring some star power to a restaurant, we do have a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
And we're trying to make this the high-end Bubba Gumps.
Yeah.
A high-end Bubba Gumps.
Really high-end. And I'm willing, like, the thing about me is, like, I'm willing to work. Like, I don't even just have to pitch the idea and, like, be a part of the process. Like, I want to host. Like, I want to, like, people walk in and it's like, regardless of where I'm at in my career, like, I want to be there. So, like, don't even worry.
I want to build the restaurant.
You'll build.
I want to build the restaurant.
You'll build. I'm going to be snacking all day. And that's the problem with Thanksgiving.
Because that is the problem with Thanksgiving. Because this is back to the long-winded story here. Coming back from a run, back from that, there was a stuffing already made at this point. Mashed potatoes are on the stove.
I'm
having a full plate.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I'm having a full plate of stuffing at 11:15 in the morning.
See, I'm not doing that. I think that's amazing for you. You have to think about it. I had a fresh stack. I had a flapjack stack already. So I'm not doing that, but I am like here and there picking. But it's worse because it's almost disgusting because it's like I'm picking from the stuff.
And we all know that you do not wash your hands.
Why does everyone know that?
Because
that's not true. I wash my hands. You can't make a blanket statement like that. I definitely wash my hands.
How frequently would you say you wash your hands?
Now that's a different question, right? How frequently am I washing my hands? Every time I go to the bathroom.
I really, 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 really am so glad you chose that answer.
Yeah.
Do I believe it? Absolutely not, but I'm glad you said it.
I want you to believe me because I feel like my words, they have power in this context, and I think that people who are listening are saying, oh my God, Andrew doesn't wash his hands when he goes to the bathroom. Like, I wash my hands.
No, but you just said you do. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
I should be better. I should be better about like
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You have no idea. You're completely befuddled by that.
A, B, C, D, E, F.
You're completely befuddled as to why I'd be singing the ABCs when it comes to washing hands in the year 2024.
Oh, for some reason, I thought you were talking about A, B, C, D, E, F, U and your mom. I get it because it's how long you should be washing your hands for. Twice through?
Andrew, were you there in 2020? Were you there during COVID? Were you alive?
Yeah, I'm pretty alive right now. 2 times through the ABCs.
You're a super spreader.
This is insane. It's like, who has time for that? 2 times through the ABCs.
Yeah.
Then you know what?
I also can't believe you heard me singing the ABCs and your first thought was the song by Gail. What's your immediate first thought?
I'm in disbelief 2 times through.
Yeah.
To me, that seems like, then if I was a bathroom attendant, you know, the ones that like sometimes linger in the space and it makes you feel really insanely uncomfortable. But there's like a few worders and a few minutes that you're like,
they always are very kind, warm, amazing people, but the concept of them is uncomfortable as someone who's using the bathroom and who typically does not have cash for a tip on me.
Because it's like, it gets to a point where you walk in and you're like, you know what you're getting yourself into. But now it's like you had a general discussion because they also know what you're getting yourself into because they know how long you're in there. Yeah. They know when you walk out there, maybe you just want to check yourself out for a second. Yeah. They're looking at you, check yourself out. Very kind.
Very kind.
Very kind. And I do want one of those blow pops. I do. But now
blow
with the
pops?
Venmo codes.
Where are you going that they're giving you blow pops as a bathroom attendant?
You haven't been into the bathrooms where they have like a Halloween bowl of candy?
Oh, yeah. At like a club,
like
right?
a club sometimes. Yeah. That
feels very Boston to me. I feel like I would be at a club in Boston and they would always have like actually like fake vampire teeth in the bowl.
You're like, I'll take that and I'll take some deodorant. Thank you so much. But where was I going with the bathroom? Oh, well, if I was a bathroom attendant, I'd be singing on loop.
You have a portable karaoke machine out.
I'd be like, happy birthday.
Is it happy birthday? Is it actually happy birthday?
Joe, it's happy birthday 2 times through, I think.
Is it not ABCs?
No, it's all. I think it's both. I think. Can
you sing right now, happy birthday? I'll do the ABCs and we'll see if we end at the same second.
Okay, at a normal speed.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Wait, I'm sorry. It's really hard. Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joseph. Happy birthday to you.
Gag! Oh my God.
That's amazing.
I'm glad that we did that like scientific research because I was really panicking for a second.
Because there was something like within me was saying happy birthday's got to be longer.
But no, it ended up really.
But it ended up very in sync.
I wonder if that was like a bias though, that because I could still hear you and you could hear me if we did kind of sync up our beat.
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star has to be the same too, right?
Yeah.
So choose your song. I get it 2 times through.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think, no, I don't want to get into brushing your teeth.
Please don't. Please don't.
We have a few doctors that listen here too. And again, if you're a dentist and you're single, just like text me.
Yeah, text both of us.
Text both of us. Text both of us.
So yeah, Thanksgiving. It's fun.
It's fun. And you know what? I don't know. Did I ever publicly say like? No, I don't think I ever did. Everyone has a different repertoire. Everyone has a different skill when it comes to the hors d'oeuvres at Thanksgiving. And
can't wait to hear what this one's gonna be.
I just feel like we get it. We do get it when it comes to an antipasta platter.
You mean an antipasto?
Antipasta.
Antipasta.
Okay, Giada. But some people don't. And
because there's like, okay, we exist in the context of Caucasian whiteness.
Yes.
Obviously,
Yeah.
There's really no denying that one. It's
No.
never really been up for debate. No need to even state that statement. However, there's like Italian American white.
Yeah.
And then and this is just in terms of cuisine.
Just please.
But there's like cuisine, like there's food you eat when you're like an Italian American white person, and then there's food you eat when you're like you've been in the country for like a long, yeah. And that's where a lot of those food stereotypes come from, because it's like, oh, suddenly I'm eating the most boring, flavorless, depressing appetizer platter of my life at Thanksgiving. And thank God I have never had to sway outside of the Italian American customs when it comes to Thanksgiving, because if I was eating that boring shit, I'd be miserable.
And I've eaten that boring shit before. I have been in contexts where I've eaten boring shit before. And there's two different sides. You can be in the Italian American side, and you're like, you got the meats, you got the cheeses.
Yeah,
It's
which
classic.
is just not Thanksgiving, which is why I enjoy it.
Exactly. It's streamlined.
Yeah.
Then you venture into the Thanksgiving space. You're talking fall. You're talking boiled vegetables. You're talking lots of. To me, brie and Thanksgiving, they go hand in hand.
Okay.
Yeah, you're thinking
Very
like puff
French.
pastries. You're thinking like what's the flavor? Lots of rosemaries. Lots of like little tartlets. Tartlets, very Thanksgiving, very fall.
Yeah, I see that.
When your charcuterie is, and no shade to Cracker Barrel cheese slices.
A little bit of shade.
A little bit of shade if you're just grabbing the Cracker Barrel cheese slices and the pepperoni rounds with a one cracker option.
That's just not for me.
But
It's just not for me, but it could be for someone.
really cost conscious. And I honestly...
Is it cheap, the Cracker Barrel
Cracker
cheese?
Barrel tends to be a little bit on the lower end.
Really? I've always seen it in the store and been like, that's expensive shit.
I think to me, I'm like, when I have to slice it myself, it feels higher end.
But it should be almost like lower end, because it's like you're doing more work.
But then I'm like, every piece is uniform. What does that say?
A machine did it.
A machine did it. And I don't need a machine to do it. Okay? But yeah, I think that this year we enter the holiday seasons, whether it's Thanksgiving, whether it's Christmas.
Was that the end of your statement about the charcuterie board?
I just need people to put in a little bit more work.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
I need you to put in a little bit more work. Even if it's going to be one option of cheese and one meat and crackers, maybe add a small pumpkin. You know what I mean? Like, just make it feel a little bit elevated. Maybe there's a chocolate covered almond sprinkled. Escape it. I think I've had this conversation.
You
Escape
have.
that
Yeah,
charcuterie.
you had this. You actually had this conversation last Thanksgiving in a really passionate way. And the chocolate covered almond was a specific
Because I'm passionate. Again, it comes up every year.
Yeah.
It never gets old.
It doesn't get old.
But if you keep having these conversations, these difficult
yeah.
conversations,
Yeah.
it changes. People will change.
You have to have the difficult conversations if you want people to actually hear you.
Exactly.
And you have to be peaceful. Again, what you're doing is you're being civilized about it. And that's actually
Absolutely.
really important.
Thank you.
Because you didn't come at it from a nasty standpoint the way I would.
Yeah.
And that's why you're able to really get through to people in a stunning way.
Thank you. And I would say just another suggestion for your table. Go for the high-end butter. It's a holiday.
Get the Kerrygold.
Get the Kerrygold.
Get the Kerrygold.
Cut
And
the
that's
shit.
at the minimum. At the minimum, you're getting the Kerrygold.
That's the absolute bare minimum. You're
Above
talking
that,
about the bottom of the ocean.
That's
bottom of the
Kerrygold
ocean.
is the sand.
Yeah.
And then you're going to those. Did you see what Chef Danielle Sepsi said?
What?
Trader Joe's is selling a French butter, and she wanted to see if it compared to the expensive French butters that she's always buying. It's a salted French butter. She said it's incredible. Tastes just like the expensive ones, and it's very cost effective, very inexpensive. So we all got to get ourselves to the Trader Joe's French butter aisle.
I'm wondering
How?
Yes, I really do wonder
What they're doing.
Joe is.
Something
Has Joe come
insidious.
forward?
It's insidious for sure.
Because it's just like, why, Joe?
don't-
Why is it that way?
right. How?
How is it that way? Why is that French butter that people are getting in France so cost effective, comparatively speaking, to when if I was to go to La Bicyclette?
I'm going to go there today. Well, I can't anymore, but I'll go there tomorrow. I'm going to get the... Remember that time I ate the whole entire tub of butter from La Bicyclette in one day?
You want me to talk about it publicly? Yeah, I do remember that with the olive loaf.
No, separately. I'm pretty sure those are two. No, maybe it was with the olive loaf. We talked about the olive loaf, how I ate the whole olive loaf. But I'm pretty sure I, like, separately, like, ate an entire
big butter
by myself.
So just wrapping that statement up, get the French butter, get the turkey butter. Sometimes it's just a gag for the table. It's fun, it's cute. And Kerrygold bare minimum. We're not doing Lando Lakes.
Don't even show me Lando Lakes.
On a holiday, leave the Lando Lakes behind.
Because I can get into the physiological structure of what a lake is if you want me to.
That's actually the last thing that I'm going to need from you today. But yeah, just a few suggestions.
Just a few, and those were really, I think, all brilliant suggestions.
Thank you.
Say goodbye to your overpriced monthly wireless plans.
And you know what? I can't stand these wireless companies charging me up the wazoo for things that I should not be paying for.
And you're suffering all the time calling wireless companies.
I'm calling wireless companies nonstop, and I'm waiting, and I'm trying to tell them, and I'm urging them, please help me. And they're like, well, that's actually just how it works with us. But not with Mint Mobile.
Not with Mint Mobile.
They don't take that. What you see is what you get. All right? And they're saying you want it to be affordable. Let's make it affordable.
$15 a month with your new 3-month premium plan. It's pretty incredible when you think about it. On the nation's largest 5G network.
For high-speed data and limited talks and text.
It's kind of like these like other big wireless companies are like pulling the wool over our eyes. And Mint Mobile is like, you know what? Actually, like, here's like the God's honest tea and the truth, and we're gonna give it to you straight. We're not gonna we're gonna gag you straight up. And I think that a lot of girls could learn from Mint Mobile.
And you know what? Even if you have your own plan right now, like, or a phone and like a different plan, you can switch and you can sync all your contacts. You can make it an easy and seamless process, and they do that with you.
To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, head to mintmobile.com/goodchildren.
That's mintmobile.com/goodchildren. Need to cut your wireless bill to $15 a month? All right, go to mintmobile.com/goodchildren.
That's gorgeous, Mint Mobile.
$45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on the first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
Hello, I am sex historian Joe Hegyes, and today I am here to talk about Rocket RX. Rocket RX solves the problem of erectile dysfunction, which is something we've talked about throughout history. I mean, you know, it's always been a thing. Someone's in the moment, they get in their head, and then the other head stops working. And thanks to Rocket RX, that's a problem of the past. You can get trusted FDA-approved treatments for erectile dysfunction at a lower price than branded alternatives, and they're delivered straight to your door in discreet, plain packaging. And there's no in-person appointments or pharmacy visits needed, which is pretty amazing to me. Quite simply, it is better sex made simple. You can get a free online prescription from a real US clinical team. I've seen many a man who needs a little bit of a performance enhancer in the bedroom, and I think that's completely okay. I think that's actually, we should celebrate that. We should be okay with that, and Rocket RX celebrates that, so let's thank Rocket RX. For listeners, you can get 40% off your first order when you use code GOODCHILDREN. Go to rocketrx.com and enter code GOODCHILDREN at checkout for 40% off your first order. Terms and conditions apply. That is 40% off your first order at rocketrx.com using code GOODCHILDREN at checkout. The offer for 40% off your first order is only available once for new customers and cannot be combined with other offers. This offer is not available for prescriptions. Follow the link in our description.
Oh, I just realized I'm going away for Thanksgiving this year.
You're going upstate.
We're going upstate, the whole family, including the dogs.
I'd be interested to hear, and I wonder if there's traditions for other people. What's on the menu? And just a trip for the holidays in general sounds quite
excited.
amazing.
I'm so excited. I've wanted to do that like for any holiday since I was a child. Like, I've always been like, I don't need the Christmas gifts. Let's go to Bermuda. You know, like since I was 8.
Yeah.
I was like, we need to get out of the country for this. Yeah, it's me, Ross, Amanda, Anthony, Sienna, Patty, Les, Otto, Duke, going to a vineyard.
That sounds actually amazing. Are you bringing food?
That's the question. Like, I'm like kind of like, we should just like get the Zorn's meal. Like, I don't think we should bother cooking if we're going away. Like, we're gonna go into like now. Like, I think the goal is like my mom is gonna bring everything to cook there.
But you have to realize this, as a chef de cuisine myself, when you have a beautiful kitchen and you have access to that,
everything you could possibly
everything
need.
You want to cook in that kitchen. You want to plant your roots in that kitchen.
And I think that my mom's trying to plant some roots in that kitchen.
Exactly. Think about dogs. They piss on hydrants all the time.
It's like, it's so annoying. Like, you're the most annoying person I've ever met. Like, I can literally tell when you're going to say some insane, nonsensical shit that I'm going to think about for the next 6 weeks. What the hell? And I could see the look on your face before you say it. I could see the joy on your face before saying, think about dogs.
When something in my mind strikes, and I'm like, oh, I just struck gold. Thinking about your mother seeing a kitchen that she wanted to plant her roots in,
and then comparing that to a dog pissing on a fire hydrant,
or they see some sort of space that they desire, and then they want to plant their roots too. They want to let the other dogs know, I've been here.
I need your brain to be studied by scientists. I'm always saying this, but I really do.
Yeah,
because that is really interesting.
I think what I'm learning here is we both have really interesting brains.
It is a really
the way that you
brain.
started this episode was so interesting to my brain to interpret, and then obviously the things that I say are interesting for your brain to interpret. We're very different brains that come together as
you're
one,
not wrong.
As one.
That makes you make a really good point.
Yeah. I'm excited for you, but I also know that there are families out there or just people out there that sometimes just go to a restaurant on Thanksgiving.
Good for them. Good for them.
And
why bother
for them?
Good for them.
Good for them. And choose the cuisine
that you want
for your Thanksgiving meal or for your holiday meal. And even if, and again, if you don't really have family, you go to the restaurant you want, and you unbutton your pants too. You unbutton the top button too, because I know I am.
Quick check-in. Are you wearing underwear today?
Are you want to actually know?
Yeah.
You want to guess the color?
I'm going to say none.
You're right.
Okay. I am just thinking, there's no restaurant and there's no experience I've ever attended where Thanksgiving-style meals are served. Except potentially at a theme park.
Well, you got to think turkey sticks, turkey legs.
That's what I'm saying. But are you ever like at a restaurant and there's like a turkey on the menu?
No.
Is turkey like...
They're busy roaming.
How frequently is a turkey being eaten outside of Thanksgiving? Turkey, like deli meats, sure.
Turkey burgers,
sure.
I feel like turkey's being eaten the most in a burger form.
And who's really sitting down outside of the month of November and saying, maybe for Christmas some people have a turkey? I don't know.
No, not me.
I don't know.
Not my family.
Not my family. Ham and some roast beast of some kind.
Yeah.
But I just don't know, like, it's such an interesting holiday where we center it around, like, again, the least appealing food possible.
Mm-hmm.
The least appealing.
Yeah, but
I do love stuffing.
I was just going to say, again, let's cut the turkey. Let's just go and say the whole holiday or the whole day is based around your stuffing. It's like stuffing wars. It's like, I really do want to, we need a fast casual restaurant.
It's just stuffing.
Just stuffed.
The Nikki Blonsky play on Broadway that she got fired from. Stuffed. Yeah.
Where it's different types of stuffing.
Because she didn't show up for work. Continue, sorry.
It's different.
Any rehearsals.
It's different types of
Allegedly.
stuffing. Different types of stuffing. I think that
is it like a Chipotle? Like you can like say, I want to put like this in my stuffing. I want gravy on top. I want this.
Exactly. I think you can do that. And I think that you can also say like what you want your protein to be in that stuffing.
Because now I'm thinking, why not just have a Thanksgiving fast casual restaurant?
Easy.
I would go there all the time, actually.
Because you know what?
I know I was just talking so much shit.
Yeah, because Dig would be so
it basically
nervous.
Is just Dig, I guess.
It would be. They would be nervous, but if with the foundation of stuffing, and I understand stuffing is not like people who are like watching their figure are like, I'm not going to get the stuffing.
But we're circling around to like that being stupid again. I think like health food is on the decline. The early 2000s are back. It's like we're not really, like the general public isn't really concerned.
Know what you're putting into your body. Know what you're gonna have to do to move your body. Know what you're eating, and like let's be comfortable with the food that you're having. But when you're picking at the meal, none of that made sense.
I kind of get it.
When you're picking at your meal, especially on a holiday, and when you see stuffing in front of you, you're not going to have it because it's a little bit of bread. I understand if you're gluten-free.
Well, listen, stuffing is a interesting subject now that we're talking about it. Because
now why?
I do have the traditional stuffing like that, but I also have the rice-based stuffing with no bread.
Your mom's rice-based
with the
stuffing
sausage.
with the sausage is just...
It's different.
It's
divine.
It's divinely different.
It's divinely different because it's not like traditional in the slightest.
No.
It's definitely not Thanksgiving.
No. I guess stuffing could be anything that you make it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think this at stuffed, there's going to be a few base options of what your stuffing could be. You could do a rice stuffing. You could do a bread stuffing. And then you mix in. You say, I want the sausage.
Yeah.
You know
Because
what I mean?
gluten-free rice.
Yes. Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
And we could do cauliflower rice. That's how we get the health nuts in.
You're right. We could do
white rice. You ever had white rice?
I fucking hate white rice. I hate it.
Wait, I forgot about our white rice era.
Actually,
we were
like,
cooking that shit nonstop.
It's just like, I know, maybe it's because we've had it like
I actually
too
miss
much.
it so much.
I didn't like the white rice, but I don't think that cauliflower rice ever holds up the way that people want it to hold up.
Here's what I'll say.
It's just water.
No, but listen, Andrew. When I get my Factor meals delivered, and I get them delivered weekly, and this is not an ad. They do pay us for ads occasionally, but this is not one of those. I order my Factor using code GoodChildren50. I get my Factor. I live for those meals.
Yeah.
Actually wake up in the morning looking forward to what I'm going to have for lunch and dinner, and occasionally even breakfast. Sometimes I just have 3 microwave meals a day. Amazing. They have a lot of cauliflower-based rice options, and I will say, whatever they're doing recipe-wise, it stays intact, and it does not feel like I'm eating cauliflower mush.
No.
So there are ways to get around that.
Okay.
I think that we'll have to speak to the chefs at Factor
Yeah.
and have them come in for stuffed.
And I'd be willing to bring in, like, again, Chef Danielle Sepsi, who's listening with us.
She's a guest chef at Stuffed.
I think we bring in rotating chefs at Stuffed.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because think about this.
This
also,
is it.
Jordan Myrick.
Yes. Oh
right?
my God.
We're having the Jordan Myricks.
Eddie.
They're in the test kitchen.
Eddie does a Lebanese week.
Eddie does a Lebanese week, but we're getting people amongst the community of food to take part in not only the taste of the test kitchen, because we're not putting out shit if it doesn't taste good.
Obviously
and
not.
I'm sorry to Chipotle, no shade, but like you needed a few more people in that test kitchen before you launched that queso. Before you launched that queso.
Chipotle needed to take 1 second, like before they opened that door, and really check in with themselves.
Someone must
and
have
say,
said Chipotle's releasing queso.
And
they had to say,
they were like,
shit,
fuck.
Let's get the queso. And then it was like,
And
they lost.
that's why they dropped those buñuelos.
Buñuelos.
They did that. They dropped that the same week because they
Yeah.
had to cover it up with something.
Which, again, if it was top of the pyramid that week,
With
I'm
the
shocked the
Buñuelos.
Buñuelos didn't make it.
I know, it's crazy.
It was wild.
That was an amazing day for us.
That was an amazing day at the
But
test
I
kitchen.
remember eating that queso that day, like having Chipotle queso for the first time. It's like when your mom cooks something and you actually don't like it.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's so good. Like, I remember feeling obligated to say I like the queso because I was embarrassed.
Because we were like in the space that they were testing it, and like we were part of like almost like we were like the guinea pigs.
Solid 4.5 out of 10 for the queso. It was the grittiness, not good. And you know what? Sometimes the real things in life aren't worth it. Be fake people. Moe's, queso.
We were history. Part of history.
We were part of
It was
history.
the Boston Tea Party of selling queso at Chipotle.
Did we have to rate it? Did we have to like say if we liked it or not?
I think we were given cards.
I think we were given cards like to say if we like felt like it should be on the menu.
Did we wait in a line? Did we wait in a very long line for that?
We waited in a line for queso, like in the smallest cup you've ever seen, for genuinely no
The
reason.
buñuelos were worth it.
They were worth it, and the
With
queso's gotten better.
sauce.
But I'm not even risking that
queso
point
instead
because
for us.
I know the right people who know the right foods, and they're going to
That's
be
a
able
beautiful
to,
statement.
and they're going to be able to taste that stuffing, and they're going to say it doesn't work.
No.
Cut the fucking cranberries,
Yes.
and then you're going to say no. Well, they're not going to cut the cranberries because that's going to be amazing because you're going to have the cranberry sauce that's actually woven. It's going to be laced throughout the
It's like
stuffing.
a Ben and Jerry's layer. Yeah.
Ben and Jerry's.
There's a Ben and Jerry's X stuffed collab.
No,
It's a
I just think
stuffing
that our
ice cream.
stuffed, if we want, comes in ice
Pints.
cream carton pints.
But do you also think we get a Ben & Jerry's stuffing flavor made?
I think that we could.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a savory and sweet. It's a
more
cranberry ribbons.
Do you think it's cranberry ribbons, or do you think it's cranberry-based ice cream?
I think we could...
Rosemary.
A rosemary-based ice cream.
A rosemary honey-based ice cream that we just had at Oddfellows.
With cranberry ribbons. Cranberry ribbons.
Cranberry ribbons.
What's the chunk?
Well,
because
it would be hard to not say it's some sort of cornbread stuffing.
Here is the meal. Here is the ice cream. It's a honey rosemary based ice cream.
Okay.
Sweet corn.
Sweet corn.
Frosting ribbon.
Okay.
Cranberry ribbon on top of that.
You think it's a?
And then I think we have some like cookie dough, cornbread cookie dough, or something. Like we need something that's like, it can't be bread based.
Do you think it would be? You think I would lose people with a creamed corn core? So you know how sometimes Ben & Jerry's has the cores in the middle.
And you want it to just be straight up creamed corn.
Not creamed corn, but like to have that. Think about those turtle chips. That taste of that sweet.
Well, that's what I'm
corn.
saying. The sweet corn. We need a sweet corn in there.
But I don't know if I really love the idea of the frosting.
Well, then it just needs to be a honey rosemary sweet corn ice cream.
Okay, but the chunks, I know what you mean with the chunks.
It can't be. It can't be bread.
It can't be because it's gonna get soft and it's gonna be weird.
It's like, could it be
but
like
could be a dough.
Vanilla wafer type situation? What kind of dough though? Pumpkin pie.
No, because now we're losing. But again, it just can be stuffed with anything. Is what we're losing sight here. We're losing sight here. So let's trace back. Let's get in line.
Honey, Cafe Pana needs to speak to us.
Okay.
Cafe Pana needs to speak to us.
No, we would have our own Cafe Pana.
So we need.
I can't believe this episode has turned.
Honey rosemary
based ice cream.
Sweet corn. It's a mix. It has to be a mix.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, with a sweet corn. Are you saying the sweet corn is happening in the center, or is it happening?
I'm just thinking it's a honey rosemary sweet corn base.
Honey rosemary sweet corn base. Love that idea.
Right. Just combine
it. Ribbons of cranberry. Sauce or jam, wherever. Jelly.
Sauce is the marketing term.
Exactly. And it's not gonna be too bitter.
No.
All right.
No.
So I don't want to taste that bitter homemade
because
shit.
our base is very savory.
Very savory.
So we have to cut it with the sweetness of the cranberry sauce.
Ocean Spray.
Yes, exactly. Oh my god, it's an Ocean Spray Ben & Jerry's stuffed collab.
Oh my god, this is so insane. And then
what is the chunk? I'm freaking out.
I'm freaking out about the chunk. And I think that this could be a really good time to like say to our listeners, like, think about like what would you want your chunk to be?
No, I can't. We can't just leave it like this. We can't go on without knowing.
Okay, I'll be able to tell you what the chunks are. Let's go here really quick. So we're not doing any chocolate. That does nothing to do with my stuff. Marshmallow could, because
it's sweet potato, like a casserole.
Now we're getting into sweet potato. Oh my god, let's just start combining. What are the other things? We're not doing green bean casseroles.
Definitely not.
We're not really going dessert here. So we're leaving the pies on the side. Different ice cream. I think that we can lean into sweet potato, but sweet potato what? Chips?
I'm sorry, I'm actually looking at like chunks in Ben & Jerry's. Chips.
Sweet potato chips, because sometimes they put potato chips in there.
I hate that though. I hate a sweet potato chip, if I'm being honest. I really don't like them. I'm sorry. I really don't.
What about? What do you mean?
It's not sweet enough and it's not salty enough.
I don't think
It walks a fine line in between something that is it's afraid to be anything. It's afraid to be anything.
I think that what's the brand? Food Should Taste Good. You know that one? It's like the black rimmed bag with the white center, and it's like that little. It says like Food Should.
And I hate those sweet potato chips.
Those are the best sweet potato chips, Joe. What do you mean?
And I hate
they're sweet.
Chips
they're sweet.
I don't think a potato chip should be sweet.
Call
me sick. Call me sick and crazy.
I'm so confused because didn't you just say they're not sweet enough?
I don't even want to talk to you anymore. I'm just looking at chunks. Ooh. Graham cracker cookie dough. No. Like that looks like something that could be in it.
But you're losing sight here.
Of the stuffing?
Of what we're doing for the holiday season.
Well, what do you want me to do?
What are you going to do with graham crackers on the holidays? We can.
What do you want me to do?
How about this, Joe?
What do you want me to do?
Shut up. Because how about this? Maybe we do like Instead of, we're not doing the dessert, but pie crust. It could be as simple as pie crust
Sure.
chunks. All right? You want to get your graham cracker pie crust chunks in there?
Exactly, and there you go.
Apple pie never has a graham cracker pie crust, so maybe it's just a little bit more towards the doughy pie crust.
Sugar cookie.
Sweet potato pie crust.
I'm so upset right now. Like, we were on a roll, and now it's like we're never going to talk again. I'm just still looking up the chunks. I forgot they sell these mixes of just the cookie dough. We should be eating that every night.
Every night. All right, let's wrap it up.
Well, we're gonna have to speak to somebody high up at Ben & Jerry's, and I've been saying that I think since season 1 that we need to speak to someone high up at Ben & Jerry's.
So if you will, and again, I know a lot of our listeners live in Maine, and I know that you have to know somebody at Ben & Jerry's. Let us in.
I want to go to that graveyard so badly.
I know, and it doesn't have to, and we're not saying it has to be a good children collab, because I know that like people are gonna say, okay, they're flops. Like we don't need to do a collab that's public. We understand, like it's not gonna sell a lot. But maybe it would because
it's so special.
Because it's really special.
And being part of something special makes you special.
And I think that when you can tap into the feeling of nostalgia, and you can tap into the feeling of, I would quite honestly say hope.
I would say it's hope. It gives you hope.
It unlocks memories, and it will unlock probably a beautiful journey ahead. So I think that let's go ahead and talk to Ben & Jerry's, and if not, we can go Cafe Pana.
Yes.
Should we take a call?
Yeah.
Hi, Joe and Andrew. I'm gonna go anonymous with this. I'm so sorry, but it's not mostly about bad friends. It's just kind of advice. So I have a lot of straight friends. My 2 really close gay friends just moved, and I have one remaining one in my hometown, but he works a lot, and so we don't really get to go out a lot. But all of my straight friends, I beg them to come out to me with me to the gay clubs, because I fucking love the gay clubs. I'm a fucking 3-6 party girl, but I'm a lesbian, so what the fuck am I doing at some random straight bar? I can cosplay once in a while, but when it's every fucking time, I'm not going to do that. But anyway, so I asked them to come to the gay bars once in a while, and they always say no. And I'm always like, I don't know, I feel so, like, sad when that happens, because I always go with them to the straight bars. And I get it, like, they want to hook up with guys and meet guys and stuff. But at the same time, I want to dance. There's better music at the gay bars. The drinks are stronger. The music, again, is just better, and I just have a vibe, and I don't know if they just don't get it. I don't know if there's something wrong with them, and I need to refer them to a doctor, but yeah. So what advice do you have for that? Okay, bye.
What advice do you have for that? Because I think there's 2 sides to it. It is, we go to straight bars and like we're dancing and we can have. I know we're never, but we have.
Oh yeah. Well,
but
yeah.
I think, I mean, straight people come to the gay bars all the time. But
Yeah.
I do think that like sometimes it's an uncomfortable experience for them because they feel like they don't want to lead somebody on. I feel like when I'm in a gay space, I should feel comfortable knowing that other people there, like if I was to talk to you, they don't feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's the only way I see it.
When we had no gay friends besides each other, like I would always feel really uncomfortable bringing like a group of my straight girls to a place like the Rosemont or like a gay club, because I felt like I was bringing a bunch of straight people into a gay space, and I was like, this is just not like why this space exists. My opinion on that has kind of changed dramatically over the years. Like I'm kind of like, I think if a straight girl feels safer and more comfortable and more at peace at a gay bar, why? Like as long as they're not like being a terror, like literally who cares? That sounds like you gotta like make some new friends, unfortunately, because it's like if those queens don't want to go, like,
and it's not cutting those friends out.
No,
it's
not
friends
at all.
To go out.
Yeah,
with.
like find your party friends. Like I think that's exactly the vibe. It's like hang out with those girls wherever you want to hang out with them, but like find your 365 party girls. And like a good way to make friends, I cannot speaking from experience, is getting involved in like your local nightlife. Yeah, I feel like I feel like our in for that really was Ross. Like dating my boyfriend who was a drag queen introduced me to a lot of the nightlife people. But once you do get to know those people, it is really cool that you can go out to familiar places and know most of the people there. And it's not like you had to like, it's like you make your friends that way, and then eventually those friends you bring into like your day life. But I think you need to like definitely like find friends where you feel safe around them and can like party and be your most authentic self. But I don't think that you're being a bad friend at all. I have gay friends who go to the straight bars with their girlfriends all the time, and their girlfriends never want to go to the gay bars, and that definitely feels loaded in some ways. You're like, well, why won't you go to the places that I go to? I have to go watch you make out with men, and you don't want to come do the same exact thing for me. Like, you're my friend. It's complicated, you guys. It's a complicated life out there.
But yeah, get some new friends to go out with.
Yeah, but you don't have to dump the oldies.
No, you can still go out with them too if you want to hang out with them at those spaces. But like, they'll come along for the ride when they're ready.
Yeah.
At the Pink Pony Club.
The what?
The what? I'm tired of rumors starting.
What's your rumor of the week?
Rumor of the week, just because it's the holiday season and I'm looking at them right now and they never want to talk to us again, but it's the Tums smoothies. Just throw away your normal Tums that you're chewing, and then they're chalky. And this holiday season, let's lean into the Tums smoothie options because you're going to need it. If you get agita quick, if you get heartburn, let's enjoy your experience throughout the entire holiday week. That's my rumor.
I don't have a rumor this week.
Joe has no rumor this week. That's okay.
I'm rumorless. Bring it back to Interview with the Vampire again. I mean, what else? I'm just trying to campaign for that show.
And I started it, and it actually is very fantastic. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you
it's like you actually feel like I feel like you have a hand in it.
I feel as if I do. Like, I really genuinely, and maybe it's manifestation. Like, I feel like I work on that show.
Yeah.
And actually, I have a personal investment in that show's success.
I agree because you're getting a lot of people to. You should be. You should get a referral
affiliate code.
You should. That was our episode, and I couldn't even tell you what we talked about. I feel like half of the episode was us talking about Ben and Jerry's, and half of the episode was us talking about the deep sea ocean, comparing it to the atmosphere and humans and mermaids. But you know what? Sometimes that's the beauty of life. You never know where it's going to take you, and you end up right here.
Life's a climb, but the view is great.
Exactly. So.
Don't forget to do your homework.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, review, send it to your friend. You know what? Sometimes people are lonely on the holiday season when it comes to family. Send them the podcast. We will be with them, in their ears, in their face. Well, you know the drill.
And don't forget, for just $7 a month, you can join us on Patreon for a brand new video and audio episode every single Friday, plus access to a backlog of over 100 bonus episodes, as well as access to our group chats. There are 4 chats right now that you can hop in on and make friends. The Seattle meetup had their second meetup, as I said recently. People are making IRL friends from the URL. It's beautiful. It's incredible. It is the goal of the podcast.
And we're going to bring on some guests soon, and they might be pretty integral to our lives. And I feel like we're going to have some good conversations there too. So if you want the real tea, that's where it's at. $7 a month.
And we're going on tour. Indianapolis, Chicago. I Heart Chicago, Indianapolis, Chicago, and Madison, Wisconsin, February 19th, 20th, and 21st. Tickets are on sale at the link in our bio.
So we'll see you there, hopefully. And don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms at Good Children Pod. I'm on Instagram at Andrew Muscarella.
And I'm on Instagram at Joe Hegyes.
And until next time, you better eat. You better eat down.
Christmas time,
filled with laughter, smiles, and bright eyes.
Builds up faster, and
nobody stops and looks around. Too busy planning parties and happenings.
What's the purpose
behind the presents, Christmas trees?
Somebody explain to me.
Christmas Eve is like
filled
no
with fun,
one.
spreading presents from everyone. Why is this all begun? Let's take a chance, a path, or run into the past where we have come to the beginning of
a lifetime. Oh, Christmas time is here and everyone is filled with cheer. But how
do you spend the day without the care and comfort of your family?
I I want to know every single word. I think you have to. It's like either you have to release it or like you have to write it for somebody. And
I have to Taylor's version it.
Yeah,
because I remember I included it at the end of some episode years ago.
Give it to someone if you're not going to do it, because I think that people are going to really be obsessed with it.
I think it's the next All I Want for Christmas Is You.
I completely agree.
And I think when I perform it at 36 years old on the Thanksgiving Day parade,
it's going to make a lot of sense.
People are going to be really gagging.
Now turning the corner is Joe Hegyes on his Give a Gift Foundation float, singing the song Christmas of a Lifetime. Let's welcome Joe.
Christmas time, filled with laughter, smiles and bright eyes, builds up faster and nobody stops and looks around. Too busy planning parties and happenings. What's the purpose behind the presents, Christmas trees? Maybe you explain to me. Christmas Eve is filled with fun, getting pressed from everyone. Why is this all begun? Let's take a chance, a path to run into the past where we have come to the beginning of a lifetime.